All right, so we've done a few vlogs and they've been really different than what we're doing now. So this is just kind of, we're wanting to give you guys kind of a general overview here of what we're trying to do. I've had gardens and animals pretty much all of my life. So this out here where it looks kind of scraggly and grown up, that used to be a fairly big garden. And I let it grow up. And this year all that we planted at the beginning of the year was some squash and some tomatoes. And you can see my tomato stakes broke. But we got a lot of tomatoes off of it.
Still getting them.
Still getting tomatoes. And so we are now going to extend this a little bit just by hand, just with a pickaxe. And we've been out here for just a few minutes, and you can see we've got a little bit of the grass knocked off. But all this up here that's grown up, we just kind of let it grow up because we are going to dig it all up and do some different gardens and try to do some winter gardens or some fall gardens. And I've got some things that are called hoop beds. It's like it's a flower bed with a hoop over it, and you put plastic over it, and you can grow during the winter. So we're going to do those. I think each one's like 4 feet wide and 25 feet long, and we can do that to get some greens and stuff. But our goal is to really pretty much grow all the food that we eat. And so we're going to do chickens, and we're going to start out with hogs, and we're doing a little bit of research on milk cow, but I think that's going to be a while because I don't know if you can really tell. This is our driveway that goes through the woods, and it's about 300 feet long. And there's a good 1.5 acres, maybe even 2 acres of woods over here.
Excuse our burn pile.
Yeah, that's an old burn pile. So we really live out in the country. We're on 4 acres of land, but we want to clear that off. And if we can get that cleared off and plant some grass in there, just to get that should be enough for a milk cow, so that we wouldn't have to buy a bunch of feed, because it doesn't make any sense to do it if you have to buy the feed. But right now we're planting, what are we planting? We're planting bush beans and collard greens in here. We're planting a little bit more squash because I think we have enough time.
And carrots.
And right in that raised bed, we put some carrots in. All this had pretty much gone to weeds. So this fall, we'll have this going. We'll have the 2 hoop houses up here, and we're going to have somebody to come in with a disc and a plow and turn everything that was yard. We're going to have it turned so that all this over here will be garden space, and we can do corn and potatoes down at the bottom, and we can grow a lot of tomatoes because we eat a lot of tomatoes. We eat a lot of squash. We eat a lot of zucchini. What else? Collards.
Cabbage.
Cabbage, lettuce. So we can keep it turned and do a spring garden, a summer garden, and then a fall garden through the course of the year. And he's making faces.
Wait. Y'all haven't seen my pretty face yet. My hair's still blue, but that's what we're doing right now.
And up here, I've already told you we're going to do the hoop houses up there. And I have some bush beans already planted along this fence that should be coming up pretty soon. And back here, I'm thinking we want to raise 2 hogs next year. We're only going to raise 2 to kind of just to see what it's like. And I don't know if you can. Oh, fuck me! Something touched me. Last night we were cleaning out that raised bed.
That over there.
Biggest black snake I've ever seen in my life. And I know you're supposed to keep black snakes around, but he had just gotten way too comfortable around my house. So we had to chop him up, and we actually were burning some stuff back here. So
we fried him crispy.
We fried him and then threw him over there. And I'm going to burn all this down because this is just a fence, but you can't mow up to it because there's all kinds of barbed wire and stuff in there. So this winter I'm going to focus on burning that down and cleaning all that barbed wire out so we can keep it clean. But I've been thinking about the place for the hogs And if you can see right here, this used to be a chicken coop.
All this grown up.
Yeah, all this that's grown up here was a chicken coop. So I'm gonna do a 16 by 16 hog pen in there, and it's actually under an apple tree too. And so those apples, I figure, you know, that can be a little bit of a food source for the for hogs, because those apples fall all year. And I'm going to pick some apples and freeze them this year too, because those are really good cooking apples. And then back here somewhere, I'm going to put a chicken coop, because you can see in the evening when the sun is the hottest, the whole backyard is pretty much shaded. And then this up here, I just need to mow and weed eat and everything.
Yeah, you'll have to excuse our ratchet ass yard.
We've just been letting it go, kind of trying to figure out what we're going to do. So everything is just really natural. Yesterday, I think maybe I might be giving that snake a bad rap, because I got out here with the riding mower and just rode over everything, even this old flower bed down here. And so I probably just scared the shit out of the poor little snake, and he went up there to try to get away from me, and then I found him and killed him. But
And cooked him.
and cooked him. But at any rate, he had to die. So right now I took the end off of the thing there. We're planting some more squash, bush beans and stuff. So maybe you have some really good comments or suggestions. Maybe you have done something like this and you've made some mistakes that you would like to tell us about. I think that would be great. Tyler's never done this. I kind of grew up around older people that still farmed. So I have a little bit of an idea of what I'm doing, although maybe not as much as I should have to really tackle this. But we've got about 4 acres right now, and we figure that if we can make it to where we can live off of this fairly well, pretty much, then maybe we will do something in the future on a bigger scale, maybe a 15 or 20 acre farm, to where we can have some meat cows and raise several hogs, and actually maybe breed some hogs and do a lot of chickens, and we'll do the chickens for meat and for eggs. So this is just kind of letting you see what we're planning, and I don't think that Tyler is completely convinced of this. I'm not sure.
He hasn't sold me on the idea yet, but we'll see how it goes.
But let us know what you do. Let us know what you grow, or if you have any animals or anything, then let us know what you do, and we'll try it, and we'll let you know more of what we're doing. And then tomorrow we'll let you see how much we've gotten done on the garden. So have fun.
Peace.